All right, welcome to the relationship show. This woman writes this post, new partner finishes in 2 minutes. Over the past few months, I've been seeing a guy casually. He's 29 and I'm 25. I'm fairly certain I am the first person he's had sex with, but I don't know how to bring the topic up without hurting his feelings. Feels like everything is new to him, and I'm god-awful at expressing my needs, especially in the bedroom. Every time we do have sex, it lasts at most 2 minutes, usually closer to 1. I've never had this experience before, and I'm not sure how to talk to him about this. The foreplay is absent as well. I really, really like him, though. He's unlike anyone I've ever seen, and I really would hate for something like this to end things. I know this is equally my problem because I'm not communicating. I'm just petrified of hurting his feelings / making things weird between us. Okay, from a guy's perspective, pre-jack, whatever. So how do you get over that from a guy's perspective? Well, recognize that it's like the warmth, like the initial warmth that will get you. And so it's like if you can just kind of pace yourself at the beginning, then it's like the temperature will adjust, and then you'll get comfortable with the temperature, and then you can last much longer. Another thing I did was to last longer was using thicker condoms. And so like in college, so I had like the Trojan condoms, but then in college they provided like these thick ass condoms. It's like, but if I use those thick condoms, it was less sensitive, obviously. And so it's like, therefore, you can actually last much longer. So it's just a matter of what you kind of want to in the moment. Are you looking for, you to feel good, or are you looking to last longer? What's kind of your outcome? Determine what you want to do with that. Another one is just like jerking off earlier in the day. If you do that, it's like sometimes it can help with lasting longer. As far as communicating about sex, that just comes with experience. I know I struggled with this, but then I had one girlfriend who was like really good at it. And it was like it was super easy to communicate in the bedroom while we were having sex. It was just like, say what you want. It's like, no problem. And almost have an attitude. It's like, it's not like a judgment thing or anything like that. Don't approach it like that. But it's like, yeah, just say what feels good and almost instruct your partner. Tell them exactly what that you want. And it can lead to a lot of cool stuff. And when you can open up with your partner, then you can try new things. It's like you feel comfortable enough to talk. And the more you do it, the more you talk about sex, the more comfortable it is. And you realize it's just sex. It's like, yeah, there's a high emotional reaction or emotional feeling in regards to sex, and you get like connected to your partner at a deep level. But I mean, it's really just like a physical thing. So, I mean, look at it as that. But maybe you can just try little stuff too. It's like, oh, why don't you do this or do this, or, and then also from the guy's perspective, he can like instruct her what to do and tell her what to do. That can be a turn on, because it can sometimes be like sex can be more like it can be important for one person to like truly be the lead or being the one who's dominant, and then another one being submissive. You'll see this role switched in sex. So it's like sometimes you'll see the woman be like a dominatrix or whatever you want to say, but she's in like a dominant role, and that can be a turn on, but also the other way around. So it's like a man can be the total dominant guy, and that's usually the case that happens. It's like when the man is totally dominant, that might be like the best suited one, just because the polarities kind of align. But it depends person on person. But it's like, if you can, one takes the charge. So especially like when the guy takes the lead, it's like the woman to like receive a man, she needs to feel comfortable. She needs to be comfortable with being completely vulnerable to the guy. And in order to do that, she must trust that he's like in his masculine core. And so if you are like a guy thinking you need to like ask permission to do things and stuff, like sometimes it is essential to do that in some situations. But for the most part, if you just like know what to do and then instruct her what to do, where to, perform something or what position to be in or tell her where to go. If you can totally take the charge, it'll allow her to feel more comfortable and more open to you. And in turn when she's more comfortable, she's more open to orgasms. And she's just open to the whole experience. Also, she mentioned, I believe in here, that the guy doesn't do any like foreplay or anything like that. So one common mistake guys make is they just rush right into sex. So it's like they can be turned on, guys can be turned on very quickly. It can be just like a visual thing or just like an instant moment kind of deal. It's like, whereas women, it can take like a long process to be turned on towards sex. So it can be like a whole day event. So building up anticipation throughout the day. And that can be from like teasing her if you're in like a long distance relationship, or commenting how sexy she looks, and then like hinting at going to the bedroom tonight, and then just leaving at that. Don't like escalate her attraction and then just walk away, and then escalate, walk away throughout the entire day or throughout the entire date. Specifically, if you're on like a long-term relationship, it's more, I'll cover the long-term relationship for now. So it's like, if you do that, then it's like she's anticipating it. She's thinking about it throughout the entire day. And then it leads to a moment of sex at the very end. And it's a whole process. And so just realize this, and that's really one way to get women turned on. You can tell that she's turned on basically by how wet she is, or like the sides of like her pussy lips get like engorged. Those are signs that she's turned on. And then from like a dating perspective, it's going to be more difficult to do like building up sex. Like, don't do like, I probably wouldn't do jokes and things along those lines thinking that will raise attraction. You can do that with like someone you're really comfortable with, but with someone new, it's probably not the best route. And so just make it fun throughout the entire day. And it's like, that's why going to multiple locations is so important, because it's like you go on like a journey, and it's like this whole journey throughout the date leads up to a moment usually, and you want to set up like a kiss and stuff. So that's what you really want to focus on, not necessarily talking about sex. So it's like, once you get that kiss, then escalation grows. You've had all these experiences throughout the day, and then now escalation's there. Then you ask her back to your place, and then you have sex at your place or wherever you're going. So those are kind of some things you can implement and apply and understand. Just understand that men and women can get turned on differently, and just recognize how that happens, and then act in accordance with that.